Welcome, guys. Happy Tuesday. Crypto FUD. Let's jump right into it. Croking. Today, we're going to talk about two small cap coins that we already have on our radar. First things first is going to be Croking. So, Croking's sitting at around 38 cents right now. I did want to point out, like I keep saying, whenever we're looking at the Croking chart, after the migration, which was roughly about 2 weeks ago, we're looking at a very small chart. So there's not much to go off of yet. It still needs to find its way in regards to finding some good support. And I think once we really figure out where that good support is, that's when we're going to really start seeing some really good movement. Until we really find that good support, and I mean that solid spot where we've bounced off multiple times, not just one time, but multiple times. And when it hits that spot, you see a lot of buys, and that's a spot where people are actually jumping back in or adding to their bag. That's when I think we're going to see some nice movement up. So, what I am noticing though, since it has started a few 2 weeks ago, it jumped out, started around 34 cents. You did see it jump up to around 44 cents, and then you saw this crazy drop, right? Well, if you look at the chart, if we really look at this chart, you can see there is a slight trend as far as it finding a higher low. So in this small little realm that we are looking at right here, because it's just, you got to remember, this is just a 2 week chart, not even. Anything can happen. And I hate drawing trend lines now, because every time I draw a trend line, the freaking thing breaks the trend line every time. So let's take this off. I just wanted to point that out, but we're not going to do any trend lines right now. But if you can see, it is making higher lows, and it's basically on a upward momentum. If you really do see it, obviously you see that it did spike up to its, I guess you can call its all-time high for the 2 weeks that it's been out, around 48 cents, and then it did kind of go back down to around 31, 32 cents, found some support, and now it's currently sitting at around 37 cents. It did want to retest that 32 cents, a little bit higher than before. And like I keep saying, it just looks like it's slowly making higher lows, which is great. If it was to continue this, that means it'll be a long play, but it's moving to the right side, obviously. So I do want to make sure you guys understand that with this chart, Croking is not a new token. It's been out for over a year, I believe, now in the Chronos DeFi ecosystem, but they just did a big migration and basically consolidated. They had, I think it was like quadrillion tokens, where, you're holding on to a bag, you have like 5 trillion tokens, but it was only worth, a few $100s. They basically got rid of all that, consolidated, and now there's a circulation supply as of right now of 1 million tokens. So now, at least when you're holding a bag, it's a little bit easier to look at, instead of looking at, you have 9, 10 zeros in front of your, the value of the token. So what I'm getting to though is, with this being all new, we could see another drop like this. So just, make sure you're not FOMOing in. Make sure you're dollar cost averaging in. And make sure you understand this is not financial advice. Just my opinion as far as dollar cost averaging in. And if you do see something like this, this big 20% drop, if you can catch it, or if it's already down 20%, even if it's going to drop another 10-15%, doesn't matter. You're still getting a discount buy, because you can see there's always going to be it's going to find some sort of support, and it'll find its way somewhere back up. Like I keep saying though, with this, we have to take everything, at very cautiously, because this is a very new chart. Anything can happen. We could shoot up, like crazy. We don't want that though. I know everybody's like, yeah, we do. No, we don't. If you want to be in this project for a long term, you don't want this to shoot up 1,000%, because I saw this before. I was in it. I was in it when it shot up, 2,000%. and I actually held on for a while, and I was thinking this is crazy, this is it, and eventually it recited back down. So I made a lot of money, because I was honestly one of the, not the first, but I was in Croking before, when it first, like within weeks, like the first 2 weeks of it dropping. So I ended up getting a real big bag of it for not a crazy amount of money, and my I was up personally thousands of percent, and I actually watched it come down a nice amount before I was able to cash out. Didn't cash out everything, but I definitely got my investment back. So just take my example, with a grain of salt, and do your research, and make sure you make the best decisions for yourself. But with this being new, anything's on the table. Anything's on the table. So you just got to be very cautious. If you see some nice dips, just dollar cost average in and add to the bag. Not financial advice. So Croking though has a great team behind it, great dev team. I am gonna add the Discord link in the description. I've had a couple people, basically every day I have people commenting on, like a week, 2 week old videos asking, what's going on with it because they didn't migrate their tokens. From what I hear, everything is perfectly fine from the dev team. We just have to manually have it converted now from the dev team. So you're going to have to reach out to them directly. And the best way is going to be on the Discord. Don't forget to follow us or join the team on official Croking on your Facebook groups. We are in there. I am the admin, and we have a couple guys in there that are part of the dev team that are on, moderating and stuff like that. So good spot to get some knowledge. You can join the squad, and we just basically talk about Croking and other stuff that's on Chronos as well. We don't hate on the whole Chronos ecosystem. And speaking of that, Tonic. This is the other token that I wanted to speak of. Tonic has really this run has really just amazed me. As far as this crazy shoot up, I called for it to be somewhere around 1.4, and that's where it dropped. And I'm like, well, we'll see where it happens. We'll see what happens there because I'm basing it off of its previous run ups, and you could see it would run up, kind of find that support and consolidate, and then eventually slow bleed. That's not the case here, folks. For right now, at least. Anything can happen. But if you see, we had that run up, found some support somewhere around 1.4, and it's just been naturally finding, it peaks, kind of resides a little bit and finds some support, peaks, consolidates, finds some support, peaks. You'll see these little drawbacks, but then eventually it's just like the buyers are just, they're piling in. And I guarantee these aren't just new. These are people that have been in this project for a while. I am on the Tonic group on Facebook, and you could just see it's just like it reminds me of like an early Dogecoin kind of thing. Not as crazy, but it's just these people are and they're good people. What I'm saying is that they just really believe in this project and they really see the long term aspects of it. So I saw some like just a few months ago. This is when it was really before the bear market hit. So it would probably be like over a year ago. They were having Tonic Tuesdays where the guys and girls would just buy every Tuesday. They would buy a certain amount. Everybody in the group, and it's just like that's the kind of support you want to see with some of these projects, with all the projects. It's just because I feel like if when stuff like this, especially with such a small market cap, you have that retail that just believes in the project and they're all working together and not against each other. I think they all can achieve the same goal. So Tonic is awesome. If you ever get time, read and in the Dex screener. Remember, this is where I'm getting all these small cap coins and just monitoring them is on the Dex screener, DEX screener.com. Got to go to the site over here and make sure you click into Chronos. See, I'm in Chronos. Go into Chronos, find Tonic, and go ahead and just they have the website. They have all their links down here on the bottom right. Tonic has their website. Go in there and read the white paper and see exactly what Tonic has to offer. It's a lending platform. I keep saying I don't know because I haven't really done much. I have so much other stuff going on, so I haven't really read up on if they're doing like staking and the farms and pools and stuff like that. But I wouldn't be surprised. Really would not be surprised. I know you probably can stake this on like VVS Finance and some other swaps that basically you have to probably just farm like VVS and Tonic together, or maybe Crow and Tonic together. But do your own research, check it out. But the community on Tonic is strong. So any kind of TA right now, I would say, I've said before, honestly, if you're gonna find some support, it's gonna be like we've already found. It'll be back down to about 2. So you're looking at 6 zeros and a solid 2. Right now it's at 6 zeros 2 3. If it was to do a pullback, you're probably looking at around 1 9 to 2 is what you're looking at. And I think if it breaks that 2 and goes down to the 1 9, it'll probably be ate up. I mean, and bought back, not going up crazy, but bought back, because it'll drop that 0. A lot of people that are waiting, they'll see that it dropped at 0. It's kind of like just a mindset that it dropped to 0, or added to 0. I'm sorry. And they're gonna, people are gonna be buying or adding to their bag. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna leave it there. Tonic's looking great. Croking, honestly, is looking good. It's just trying to find its way and find that support. Everybody's a big believer in the Croking. The dev team is awesome. Probably one of the best on the Chronos ecosystem. 24-hour volume, 3.3 million. Looks great. We're having a little cool off period, even in the actual market. Bitcoin's sitting at around right now, currently 22,900, which is awesome. But it's kind of consolidating right now. So I think we have a Fed meeting coming up in about a week, stuff like that. So you're going to see a lot of people just holding off to see exactly what's going on. So we'll leave it there. I thank you guys so much. I will have some updates later on in the evening. Hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday. See ya.